All right, Patrick, Snoogs. Kick us off with who the said that.
Alrighty, I've struggled. Okay, I've got to get the mouth working again.
I've struggled already. I've got 48 seconds on the timer, and you're struggling.
48 seconds, and that's it. Just switch the day off already. I've struggled a long time with surviving, but no matter what, you have to find something to fight for.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I'm not going to say it, because I'm just going to have to edit it out. Greg and Rem, you guys know that, don't you?
No, I can't pick it.
Oh, no.
Oh, fired. Hang up.
Oh, dear.
No, I wouldn't sack them for knowing all the lines. At least they've played it. Is that a hint? That's a hint that you'd get sacked for not playing this game.
Oh, well, now suddenly it comes to me.
Yeah, very good, very good. You just know me very well. Say the line again, Snoogs.
I've struggled a long time with surviving, but no matter what, you have to find something to fight for.
Very good. All right, let's start the show. Oh, hang on, wait, before we do that, I'll just tell everyone, we'll find out who the said that at the end of the show in last words. Now we can start the show. This is episode 222, and today is Monday, the 16th of July, 2018. Sorry, Snoogs, I think you wanted to say that part in a particular way, didn't you?
Yeah, you're saying it wrong.
Go on, you do it.
222.
Welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. I am your host, Lucas, and here with me is my co-host and very good friend, Snoogs. How are you, mate?
Oh, I'm good, mate.
Very good,
Episode 222. I was going to get him to catch a cab here as well, but... Oh, I don't know. He's gone the other way, eh?
I don't know any of that stuff. I only know the common stuff. Oh, anyway, also here with us after a couple of weeks break. Are you just as revitalised as last week, Remutha?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Not quite as fresh, but yeah, I'm hanging together.
No, you still sound better. You still sound great. Lovely. And last but not least, we have a man who needs no introduction but gets a new one every week. The guy who performed all of the stunts for Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 62, Grejio!
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, very good. How are you?
I mean, I'm a little sore from all those stunts, but I'm pretty good.
I know, you'd think he'd do some of them himself. How lazy.
I know, he's such a pussy.
Now, is 62 the age?
To be fair, I could probably play the stuntman for a 62-year-old Tom Cruise.
Yeah, okay.
I could probably pull that one off.
Lovely. All right. Before we start, here is this week's show in preview. First up, we're going to be doing video game discussion. Then we've got What If. Then we've got What's That Sound? Then... Oh.
Who dat?
Who dat? Who dat? Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to get you to say it from now on.
Who dat?
So we've got Who dat? And then last words. Let's kick off with some video game discussion. All right, first up in video game discussion, I'm going to give the poll of the week. So this week I asked, or last week I asked, are you happy with the games with gold and PlayStation Plus free games that have been included in the last few months? We got 225 votes, and probably the closest votes that I have ever seen on any of these polls that I've done. 50.2% said yes. And 49.8% said no. So
that's a lot of grumpy people about free stuff.
It is. Look, I mean, it depends on the direction that you look at it. Okay, so earlier on, say when PlayStation first started doing the free games as a part of the PlayStation Plus on the PS3, I kind of felt that way. You can't really complain because they just added value. Like it's free stuff you're getting, you know. You're paying for the service and you're getting these for nothing. We've sort of come along to a point now that they've been doing it for years that it's kind of molded into a part of the value and what you're paying for. So I kind of understand the disappointment and the complaint, because you're no longer paying for an online service and getting these as a treat. I feel like that's part of what you're paying for.
Really?
Do you know what I mean?
Has the price changed in the last few years?
It has gone up, actually, yeah.
Well, yeah, it has.
Well,
But
what else have you been getting as well for the price uppage?
Lots of outages.
outages?
To be fair, that's pretty expensive to put out there. So you the customer should wear that price. I'm just saying. I mean, they could take it away at any given point in time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you're somebody that walks in the door now, okay, you walk in and you go, okay, what do you want? $10.95 a month? What am I getting? Okay, I'm getting this, and this. You know, the perception, it depends on where you're looking at it from. That's what you're paying for.
But the perception doesn't change the truth, which is...
Well, what do you mean? What's the truth? That's what you're paying this amount, and you're getting that as for what you pay for.
Well, if that's how you look at it, or you continue to look at the fact that you're still paying for the service to play online and all the other things, and this is still just something that's free that they're giving you as a bonus for being on their system.
Yeah, but when I go to the store and I buy cornflakes, is the box just what they're giving me for free, and I'm paying for the other things inside, and if they wish, they don't have to give me a box?
Well, no, because you got a box from the outset with cornflakes, whereas you
It's the
didn't
toy
have
inside.
Yeah, the toy
It's
on
the
the
free
inside.
toy inside, whether
The
you
free
like
toy
it or
on the
not.
inside is probably a better analogy.
Well, it's
Because
probably
they
not.
don't have to put that in there. They can choose to put that in there, or they can choose to take it out. But the fact is, the price of the cornflakes will not change, regardless of whether there's a toy in there or not.
I don't really like cornflakes. I'm more of a Weet-Bix kind of guy.
Not really
The
the
problem with
point we're
Weet-Bix is
arguing,
they're
though.
they're packed so tightly you can't get a toy in there. So that's why they.
I'm just glad you're arguing, so I don't have to listen to that stupid music again.
No, but it's all on where you stand and in your perspective. I think that's, you know, it's reasonable to expect something if you walk in the door and that's what's on the table. They don't like it's. That's what they're saying you're getting for the money you're paying.
Well, I guess this is where Xbox is a little different. It's a little bit different. Well, because you can get Xbox Live, but you don't get the free games unless you get gold. So it's part of a premium package. Whereas with PlayStation, regardless of which sort of thing you get, you're getting the free games regardless.
That argument doesn't
No,
entirely hold up, though, because
I'm
then
confused.
you're paying for gold, which means you're paying for the games.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying it's different with Xbox.
well, how is it different? What's the difference?
I'm sorry, am I misunderstanding the PlayStation system because I don't use it? Or?
You might be. Just
Right.
reiterate your point differently, and I'll see if I can work it out what you're saying.
Well, see, I feel as though with... Now I'm rethinking the position. Just give me a second. At the moment, what it is, you can get your Xbox Live or you can get gold, but you can't get the free games unless you have gold, right? So you can see it as the reason that you're getting the games is because you're paying the extra money for gold. But at the same time, it wasn't always there. It was, once again, I'm going back to my argument of they've chosen to give you that, and whether they have it there or not, that it'll still cost you the same amount of money.
Yeah, but you're saying Xbox Live, but you don't get the free games unless you pay for gold. So
Yes.
you're talking about the silver membership?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where you get, like, Jack all.
Yeah, but the PlayStation's exactly the same. They just don't call it
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, okay.
It's just it's plus or not. It's identical. It's just
Okay.
called a different thing. But the point I make, look, and I'm not the kind of person that would complain about these games. I'm on that side of the fence where I'm happy with them. Whatever, if they're not my cup of tea, I just ignore them for the month, add them to my library as I do because I like digital clutter. But I do understand why people are annoyed, because there are some people out there that pay for Plus just for those games because that's part of the service. I understand the point of view that people are thinking that's what they're paying for. And I think that's a reasonable position to take. It's not necessarily mine, but I understand the other side, you know? It's like when you're talking about homosexuality. I understand why people do it, and I accept it, but it's just not what I choose.
Because any hole's a goal.
I guess the other thing you have to think about is there has to be some deal done with Xbox and the people selling the game, because clearly, or even with PlayStation, because clearly they're going to lose sales off the fact that a whole bunch of people got it for free and didn't pay for it. So somewhere along the line, someone has to be paying for that. I assume there has to be a deal done somewhere for this. Well,
of course, yes, because there would be. It's like they're paying for the rights to give it away. You know, so
yeah, exactly. And they can't just go up to every AAA rated game and say, "Hey, can we have like give everyone like a free copy for a month, and then they can just have it forever, and they don't have to pay you for the game ever for any amount of time?" There's going to be limitations on how many games they can do that with.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's probably why sometimes the games aren't as amazing as you would want, and that's why I think I understand that. And there are a lot of people out there. I think
the people that are upset about that should probably think about that as much as they think about, well, it's part of the value of what I buy it. But like I said, if they took it away tomorrow, they're not going to drop the price of Gold or Plus membership. It'll be the same price. And I think those two things working in conjunction, you have to understand that this is something they're doing for you, as much as you can be cynical and go, oh yeah, but it's good business to give people free stuff every now and then. And like I said, it's got to come out of someone's pocket.
Yeah,
and
but
it's not coming out of ours.
There are a lot of people out there that instead of listening to the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, they're listening to WIIFM. Have you heard of that station before?
No.
It actually stands for "What's in it for me," and that's what people are. That's what people are invested in. I'm paying you a subscription. I want to know what's in it for me. What am I getting? I don't really care what your story is, but I want primo shit. And when they're not getting the primo stuff, they're not happy, and they whinge and complain about it, and they essentially will then discontinue their subscription, which is entirely up to them. People like you and I, we use the service, we go online and play online stuff, and we want that online connectivity, so we pay the subscription for that. And then we go, well, there's free games every month that are sort of, you know, it's a sweetening the deal. You know, and if it's nothing fantastic for that month, then we look forward to what's coming the next month. It's all relative into where you stand. I wouldn't condemn people that aren't happy. It annoys me when people carry on about it. It's one of those things, you know, buyer beware. You know, like there is no guarantee what games you're going to get for next month. If you're not happy with it, discontinue. There's no contracts. Yep. Turn it off. Don't pay for it if you're not happy with it, and stop the whinging.
Or pay like an extra $10 a month and you get Gamer Pass, and then you've got all the primo games at your fingertips for, you know, if that's what you're really into. I can't imagine that $10 a month for that service, if that's all you're after, it's got to be a bargain right there.
Where do you stand on that one, Snoogs?
Oh, is it done now?
Everyone else can have an opinion now.
Are you sure?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can have a crack.
Well, I'm very interested to hear your opinion.
It's mate, it's the time of the year. It's the mid-year point. We've always got a lull in gaming around this time of year, and unfortunately, the games that are coming to Live and PS Plus reflect that. They did last year as well. I'm indifferent with them. I've got plenty to play. They're nothing exciting. I'm not hanging for any of those games, but yeah, I'm still of the fact that I pay for the service. The games are just a cherry.
Yeah, and I agree with what Rusky Big Muskie often says. He comments saying that the thing is with the free games, because he's a gamer and generally buys games when they come out, the good free games when they come out, he already owns. So it's not as fantastical, but that's the nature of the beast, and it's unrealistic to expect, you know, like brand spanking new games. So except for say Game Pass, which is a different service, but probably is more like what they're expecting.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not like it doesn't happen either. Like,
no, you
Metal
do
Gear
get good
Solid
stuff.
5 came out on and gold. I was like, what the hell? And it was really shortly after the game had already been out, kind of thing. I thought it was a really short cycle for that game to be on free for everyone to play, and I'm enjoying it as a point of that.
What about you, Rem? Where do you stand on that one?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much in agreement. I'm happy paying for the service as the service, and the games for me, whether they're amazing or they're kind of average, is negligible really. It's not going to upset me if the games don't wow me every month.
How about a bit of a spin on this? How would you feel if both PlayStation and Xbox just stopped the free games next month and they just didn't do them anymore?
I'd be a bit sad, but I wouldn't be put out.
Well, let's put it this way: I might be upset about it, but at the same time, I'm not going to remove my subscription. That says it all. It's happened for so long now. It becomes an expectation. I don't have a problem with that argued point, but whether that mentality is correct or not is more what I'm arguing. And I don't think it should be expected, even though we've come to expect it. And like I said, I would be perturbed. However, I wouldn't be going and saying, "Well, I'm cancelling my subscription because of it."
Yeah, I'd be a little bit more picky because I play for PS Plus as well as Gold. If they both canned it, I'd probably look at canning one of them and have and go with one. Maybe. I don't know. It's a bit of a what if. Anyway, we can move on from that. Hey, speaking of these PS Plus games, have you guys played that Absolver before?
No, I haven't got around to that.
That's a weird game.
Yeah, it didn't look like what I was expecting.
No.
Insert alcohol here.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like, it's a fighting game, and it's got pretty good fighting mechanics inside it. Like, it's a 3D sort of third-person view, and you walk around fighting. But it's... I played it only for a short time. I would have played maybe half an hour. And I just couldn't really understand why I was beating the shit out of these random people in, like, the middle of nowhere. It's...
Because they're bad men. Bad men.
I had to bash one dude just so I could open a door. I figured, couldn't I just ask him? Really? Can you just let me through the door?
No, this is 2018, mate. Fist first, talking later.
Yeah, that's what it is. Bizarre game. Not a bad game, but a bizarre game. It kind of feels like a action fighting version of like Journey.
Okay.
It's like a strange sort of hazy feel to it. But yeah, anyway, I played that and it's bizarre. Yeah, and it was free. I think it's still free, isn't it? Yeah, it's still free for July or something.
End of the month. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there was something else that I forgot to write down that I played.
No, I'm going to jump in there.
Go for it.
I've seen an opening. I'm through. I'm gone.
Go!
I've got another happy birthday. My big little girl turned 6 today.
She did. Happy birthday, little Snoogs.
Little Snoogs is 6, and yeah, she is little Snoogs. The stuff that she comes up with, you just shake your head and walk away. But other than that, I would like to know, did you end up getting around to the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit?
You know what? I did. I played it this afternoon, and I finished it. I finished the first episode, or whatever it is. And that is where I will leave that game. I will not be playing the rest of it. Because that was one of the most depressing little stories that I ever played through without any real understanding of why they made me feel like that. Because it doesn't give you any inkling on what that story's about other than come and check out my miserable childhood.
All I could pick, it was about escapism.
How airy is that? Can you tell me what direction that game is going in?
Not for the main storyline, no.
No idea. No idea. And that's the first episode.
Up the river, not across the stream. What? Isn't it?
I have no clue. So the only thing I got from that episode, well, however many there are, was the kid has a shitty life. It was horrible. There was one point in that where obviously this is going to be beeped out, so my apologies, but I'm sure you'll get the gist of what I said. I actually looked at the father and said, I actually said that. I said that out loud. My wife was sitting there next to me watching it, and I thought that is a shit go.
Yeah.
Like, it's good, but I just felt like all of that shitty emotion was for nothing. It was almost just like we were a fly on the wall watching a bad home fall apart, and a kid blocking it out, and essentially that's how serial killers are made or whatever. But I felt very pedestrian as well. It was boring.
You're right, but if you think back to the last two games, they're actually not that different. Both the Before the Storm games in the first episodes are setting you up for the rest of the story, and they're really not fast moving, and they really don't have much to them.
Is that Life is Strange you're talking about?
Yeah, Life is Strange and Before the Storm.
I don't know, Before the Storm, what's that?
That's the second one.
Second
Life is Strange.
Right,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I've not
same people.
I played the first episode of Life is Strange. Although I didn't get into it, I could understand the direction it was going to go in, but this one, it just felt like it was over quite quickly, and I didn't know what I was doing and why I was doing it. It just really just felt like an interactive snowball effect to this poor kid's misery. I can see why you guys were like, can I
try and translate what you're trying to...
Go ahead.
What you're trying to say is, it's just a shit game.
Yeah.
So it's taken three of us, and you've summed it up 3 times now. I think we've got it.
Yeah. I don't like it. No.
I should play it now, just to try and defend its honour.
Go on, you play it. That's the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, if anybody was wondering.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, Gretch. I really would.
All right.
I'm not sure defend is really what you're going to come back with.
Maybe we should save the show just for that. So I can rant for an hour.
Well, being as though that was a bit miserable, I've been having a bit of fun this week. Fortnite Season 5 has kicked off. The map's completely changed. It's a lot of different areas now, a lot of different bits and pieces to do. There's like a desert area. There's a golf course. I found out today you can actually get an emote, which is hitting a golf ball, and you can follow that golf ball around the map if you wish.
There's an emote to throw a basketball, which you can actually throw into basketball hoops as well.
They sound less like emotes and more just sporting things to do.
Yeah, pretty much. They're getting a bit like that. You still got all your dances and your other weird and wonderful things. But yeah, the changes sort of changed it up a bit. It's still Fortnite. You land, you shoot stuff, you die. You go again.
Picked up Playgrounds mode again this week and put a video up on the Facebook page of me making the Nintendo 64 logo.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
Yeah.
I thought that was clever.
Yeah, I got the idea. I was watching a YouTube video and some bloke he went to Spawn Island to write the name Ninja. And he wrote the N, and I'm like, I could do that. And I could make the Nintendo logo out of the N. And so I went and did it, recorded it using the, it's kind of like a photo, like a replay mode, and you can move the camera wherever you want. And popped it up on Facebook, and it was pretty popular. A lot of people watched it. The only thing is they've removed Playgrounds mode now, so I wanted to go and make some more stuff, but I can't.
There's been some absolutely massive creations. There was the Mario Kart style track.
Yep.
Someone made a Formula One car. I saw another person make the Titanic.
I did see the Titanic. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's been some really creative things done, and all we did was make fun of each other and shoot each other in the head. Pretty much. And I built a castle, a little castle.
Oh, a castle. Maybe. Very good. Oh, also, they've added vehicles, and Moisty is gone.
It's all dried up.
Moisty's all dried up and barren now.
Well, it is, yeah. It's all sort of like desert sort of thing, yeah. Bit of a change there. Let's give a quick shout out to people in the chat. Skrill, Lucifer. I think Lucifer had to go. And Kazakyle. Kazakyle says they plan on bringing Playgrounds mode back as a full-time mode. I figured they will. I think they're probably just testing it out. I reckon it'll come back. Hey, I've got some news, Snoogs, that you might be interested in.
Yes.
It involves Nathan Fillion. I know you love him so much from, what was it called? Firefly or something?
Yeah, Nathan Fillion, my captain, my man crush.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
he took to his Instagram account this week and posted a picture of Drake, that like singer dude.
The singer, yep.
And but the comment was sic parvis magna.
Mm-hmm.
So the internet sort of got a bit weak at the knees, thinking, "Oh, is he talking about Nathan Drake?" Because that's the Uncharted little, what do you call it, quote or sic.
That's Latin, yeah.
Yeah, the sic parvis magna. What does it mean again?
Greatness from small beginnings.
Yeah, that's it. So everyone was like, "Oh, he's going to do something. There's a movie coming." And then he put another post up where it was just a picture of a few maps and notebooks and a magnifying glass and some pens and stuff, which is all very Uncharted-esque. What do you think it is? Because it's not confirmed as far as I'm aware.
Well, it's been teased before, and he's not the only one that's teased it again.
See, he's too old for Drake, don't you think?
Yeah, I do think so.
Yeah. But he's not too old to voice Drake.
No, he'd be the perfect voice for it. He could play an older Drake, and they could be doing something with his daughter. It could be a flow-on, like the movie flows on after 4. So there's lots of ways that it can go.
Well, I'm thinking it's got nothing to do with a game, because I think if they were going to do a game with an older Drake, they would still use Nolan North, because he could do an older Drake.
Nolan would have to voice him. Yeah.
Nolan would do the voice flawlessly, and he would make it older as well. He could do that. He's very good. But an offshoot with Drake, a cartoon series, maybe an animated, like a computer animated series or something like that.
A Netflix series.
Maybe a Netflix series. Maybe something animated where he's going to do the voice and maybe Nolan's not in on it. Yeah, I don't know. What could it be other than that? Because I'm surely they're not going to replace Nolan.
Yeah, I don't think you could replace Nolan. Nolan is Drake's voice. That's what it is. The big thing that Fillion has going for him is that he looks like Drake. That was always the big thing, and he's done photo shoots in the past where people have where he's been dressed up as Nathan Drake, and people have used it as fodder all over the internet, saying this is happening, blah 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 blah. There was rumours that he was signed on to do it, and then the movie fell through, and I don't know. Or this is Nathan Fillion we're talking about, so he could just be being a troll.
Yeah, maybe.
Really, I do have
really
a whole lot of
friends, and he turned around to him and said, "You want to watch me make a bunch of nerds lose their shit?"
Yeah.
I do have, like I said, he is my man crush, but I know he's a cheeky bastard as well, and some of the stuff that could come back. He was recently on, I think it was like American Housewives or something, as Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly. So he was dressed up in all the original gear. So before they shot the episode, he actually took photos of himself in the dressing room and said, "Oh, look, it still fits," and all this sort of stuff. Just tweeted that out, and everyone lost their mind,
thinking it was a season 2,
or another movie or something. Everyone went in a meltdown, and then it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be on American Housewife, and I've got these 2 little bits and blah 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 blah."
I haven't seen the movie.
Still wasn't enough to get me.
I haven't seen the movie, and I've only seen 1 episode of Firefly.
You uncultured swine.
Is it real? You guys know me. Is it really something I would like?
I don't think you'd get completely swept up in it to the point where I have, but I think you'd enjoy it.
Look, I think the movie is enjoyable. The movie is worth a watch at the very least.
Yeah.
If you don't like the movie, then stay well clear of the series.
Yeah, I think I tried to watch it. What's it called? It's not Firefly, is it? It's
Serenity.
Serenity, that's the ship or something.
Yeah, it's the name of the ship.
Yeah, I may try it again. Is Firefly still on Netflix?
No.
Oh.
Not that I know of, anyway. Oh, it's on the US one if you've still got, or if you have access to that one.
No, I don't have access to that anymore.
No.
But anyway, Kazakal said no. I think he's talking about that.
Yeah.
It's not on there. Anyway, we'll find out one day. Hey, let's go back to talking about rubbish. Because everyone loves to hear about rubbish. Yeah, the shit can list. I've written it wrong. It's not called definance.
No, although it should have been long ago.
It should have been, because I think it's going to cost a lot of people some money. Defiance 2050.
Yeah,
Definance. That's a Freudian slip, that. Definance 2050 on the Xbox One. What the fuck is going on with that shit?
Oh, God. Oh.
Like, wow, what's this game? This looks pretty cool. You know, we just played Warframe. And like, oh, yeah, it was really free-to-play games. This is the way they should go. Oh, Defiance 2050, a free-to-play game that looks like really cool because the thumbnail looks awesome. And then you play it, and you're like, what? Did my Xbox One X just morph into a PS3? A PS3 that's yellow-lighted? Yellow lit?
Yeah, I reckon the 2 would have done those graphics.
Oh, probably. That game is shit. That game probably would have been pretty sick 10 years ago, 15 years ago. How the hell are they expecting that to be a thing today?
You know what? This was my fault. Okay, I was talking to you yesterday. I said, okay, we'll have a crack at this tonight. Let's have a bit of a play. Let's have a try out, because I have heard nothing but people online singing its praises.
Oh, really?
And yeah, like, oh, I've spent so much time in it. I can't wait for it to come out. Oh, it's they did full-on countdowns for the game. I really enjoyed the Defiance TV series, which was based on the original and this game, blah, 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 blah. So I thought, all right, we'll give it a crack. But yeah, I think, 2 minutes, and we both started laughing at it?
Yeah. Well, are you saying it's your fault that I think this game's shithouse?
No, it's my fault because I suggested that we play it.
Oh, no, but I wouldn't be taking any of the blame for that.
But, yeah, I want my hour back.
Oh.
But on the plus side, okay, I can see this being enjoyed by a lot of people.
As long as you can get past the graphics. Like,
no, as long as you can get past the graphics, the bad controls, the lag, the weird markers. There is a bit of a story there. Oh, and the corny acting. That's probably about it. But there is a story there. There is a game there. It shouldn't have been released yet.
The gameplay is rubbish. It's got nothing to do with the graphics. The graphics look rubbish, but that's not why I hate it. I'll play a game that looks rubbish but is fun and plays well.
Yep.
But that game has nothing going for it coming from my corner. It was crap.
I could see it being a switch off. Like I could see myself just sitting there and playing it for no reason whatsoever.
If you had nothing else to play.
I'm watching a video right now, and based on this video, I would try and play it.
Exactly.
Because there's like at least 40-odd people all playing at once, playing like a boss battle, and like there's I swear there's like 40 people all playing at once trying to beat this boss, and there's grenades and shit going everywhere, and it looks awesome fun.
Yeah, and there's 39 people going, why am I doing this?
No, there's 39 people hitting the boss 1 billion times more than is needed.
Because it doesn't
because the lag's that bad,
there's like dudes driving trucks into
and
it.
Kills everyone.
Like I can see that too, because there's the point of view you're standing from. There's a bunch of people throwing grenades at nothing.
Yeah.
And then there's a dude driving a truck at nothing and bouncing off nothing. Then all of a sudden, where these trucks are bouncing off, all of a sudden this massive boss alien just spawns. Yeah. So now I'm watching it for a second time. I'm sitting there going, "All right, this doesn't make any sense."
Yeah, well,
Wow.
there were many occasions where I would unload an entire clip from a machine gun into an enemy grunt and do a little bit of damage, and then run out of ammo, switch to my pistol, and get 2-shot kills.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
I must have
I'd
Master
love that
Chief's
I'd
pistol or
unload.
something.
I'd unload a full clip, reload, unload another clip, and then it would just explode, killing me, killing something else, and then I'd be lying there on the ground, the screen would go white, and I'm just like, what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of lag. There's a lot needs to be done to it. Drawing
your attention to what Skrill's just written in the chat there. Okay, I just watched the trailer and I thought it was a mobile game at first. That's being unfair to mobile games.
Yeah, to be fair, it is these days.
Yeah. So, recommend go try out D-Finance on the Xbox or PlayStation 4.
And remember, it's a free game, so don't spend any money.
Oh, dear, that still cost me, though. Oh, dear. Has anybody else got any rubbish or some good stuff to tell us about this week?
I played a couple of new games I hadn't played before this week.
What do you got?
So I played Wasteland 2, the director's cut.
Oh, yeah. Been meaning to try that.
I've looked at it a couple of times, and then I saw it was on Game Pass, so I was like, oh, I think Rem downloaded it, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Because it's very much like, remember the other week I was telling you how much I liked Fallout Tactics?
Yeah.
Well, this is...
how much I liked it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you probably won't like this. So it's a top-down sort of, a bit like XCOM, Fallout Tactics. It's that sort of squad-based.
Yeah, but I didn't like Fallout Tactics because it was old. It was like an old DOS game.
Sure. Well, there's a couple of differences that I noticed, and some of them I didn't like. So with Fallout Tactics, you have control of individual squad members, so you can put them in individual places. You can actually set up ambushes. You can actually tactically use your squad. In this, when you're walking around, your squad stays together and they move as one unit. And it's not until you get into combat that you can start moving them around. But for me, I found that's kind of too late. If you know you're going to walk into a hostile situation, sometimes you would split your group up and move them around and try and outflank your enemy. But in this, you just sort of, as a blob of people, walk into a bad situation and then have to move around and try and... So I didn't particularly like that about it. But other than that, the turn-based combat is good. It works well. It always works well in those kinds of games, I find. It looks good. But it's not breaking any boundaries in the genre. It's what you expect from those top-down squad-based games. But yeah, it's just another post-apocalyptic. It's very much like Fallout Tactics in that instance.
Well, it's by the same people, isn't it?
Possibly.
Is it not by the same people that made Fallout 1 and 2?
I think it does ring a bell. Usually a PC game. I think Wasteland was originally a PC game and they've ported it across. How's it go with the controller?
So that's the other thing I'm not crazy about is trying to play a squad-based game with a controller. Now, it's not terrible, but you do miss not using a mouse and keyboard, I'm going to be honest.
You probably can plug one in, but it's usually not practical where your consoles are set up,
Yeah, exactly. So, it is what it is. I think it's worth a play if you like those kinds of games, if you like those sort of squad-based games and you like those sort of tactical, turn-based combat strategy games. I think it's worth a play.
Yeah, I've already downloaded it.
Because it's free, so... Yeah, I've enjoyed it. The story, it's long. I'm going to tell you right now. It's from the producers of the original Fallout. It's a slow story. It's a slow grind. Like, I played for a good, I think, about 2 or 3 hours, and I didn't even get through the first mission because they just kind of detoured you off your first mission onto some side quests. And you can't really avoid them. and for side quests, they're quite large. They almost feel like levels in themselves.
See, that's good if it's addictive, the gameplay, but it depends.
Yeah, look, I didn't put it down. I didn't want to put it down. I just put it down because I was dead tired and needed sleep. I haven't gone back to it yet, though, so we'll see. I'll have a better update next week. I'll play it again between now and then, and we'll see where we go from there.
Nice. And what else? You said you played a couple?
Oh, and Rem played this one a bit more than I did, but we both played Human Fall Flat, which is a physics-based sort of puzzle game, a bit like Goat Simulator and stuff like that. So you've got a character, a little claymation-y, doughy humanoid thing with a baseball cap, and you walk around, and your main mechanic is you control his arms and you can grab things. So you use the triggers, the left and right triggers, to grab with the left and right hand, and you control the arms by looking up and down, kind of thing.
What'd you think of it? Did you finish it?
No. This game is going to be stupidly long as well.
No, I finished it.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's not that long.
I'm up to the castle, so I don't know how much further I got.
Oh, yeah, the castle where you start off and you get the little, you can like
catapult. Yeah.
Yeah, you've probably got another 3 levels.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So I've seen most of it. And then I joined, and Deb and I co-op the following level, which is the water port level.
Oh, yeah. Where you
got the boats and stuff like that.
Yep.
So we co-op that, and co-op was interesting. I don't think it adds or detracts, because, I mean, the game is essentially designed to be played by one person.
Yeah, I did most of it on my own.
They've set up the levels, so if you don't have anyone else to play with, you can play by yourself. Having said that, I don't think that it's you could have fun playing with someone else, because it's couch co-op as well. So it splits the screen, and then you can sit next to the person. You can sit there discussing, and we did. We were trying to get that shipping container thing, and in the end, we sort of tried to get, one person was controlling the crane, the other person jumped on the shipping container, was trying to get the hooks in. I don't know whether that was easier or harder to do by yourself.
Oh, it takes a very long time, because if you're not, because those things, you're using the crane controls, and you got to line them up, and then you got to go jump down, and the movement in this game is so sluggish that it's
brutal.
It's sometimes frustrating. But then if you get to where you want to go, and then you realise that it's not quite, the crane's not quite in the right place, so you need to go back, and it took me quite, that part of that level took me quite a long time to get through. But I got through.
That's where 2 people definitely came in handy, because you could even just have one of you standing to the side of the shipping container and just getting a better angle. And because it's all on the same screen, you can sort of line it up. And
to help lining it up. Well. Yeah. Is that where you guys finished? Did you not get further than that?
I played a bit more today. I got up to putting the coal in the furnaces.
Oh, that level made me swear so much.
I had my preschooler sitting next to me going, put the coal in the truck, not too much, don't go off the conveyor belt, no, you can't jump in your truck. What happens if you put the fire next to the coal? The whole time. And then I loaded all of the coal into the truck, and then on the way down the hill, the truck was just careening. I couldn't stop it.
My truck,
I had it in reverse, and it was still going forward.
My truck went off the edge. And then, because it took me so long to get the coal onto the truck,
I was doing 2 or 3 at a time.
And then the truck went off the edge, and it respawned me back at the bottom with no coal, and I just swore at it and turned it off.
Yeah. See, I went back up and I persevered. We only really had to get 10 or 15 pieces of coal, so I came back down. Didn't have the same problem with a lighter load. I could actually drive the car properly. Got it all done, and now I'm just trying to figure out the very last bit of that level.
That level was a son of a bitch. The rest of the levels were actually quite easy compared to that.
I actually really enjoyed that the rest of that level, all the power plugs and using the forklift and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's really fun. I like that.
Yeah, and there's quite a few different ways you can do it.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few. Yeah.
It has online multiplayer on PC. But do you know, does it have online on Xbox as well?
Not sure, but I can have a look.
Yeah, I'd really like to try that online if you can.
Yeah, for sure.
What else? What other games do you guys play?
Memories from Mars.
Ooh.
The hell is that?
Sorry, Memories of Mars, I should say. So, Memories of Mars is a game that's currently alpha on Steam, and pretty much the premise of it is it's a first-person shooter, base builder, survival game.
Right.
I had a quick chat about this a few weeks ago when I'd only just started playing it. There's been a whole lot of updates recently. I'm on their Discord channel as well, and they're pretty much updating it daily as they're adding new things and, getting the feedback and whatnot from everyone else. Got to run. I'll be back.
Okay.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
I'm just looking up Memories of Mars. Where is it? Memories of Mars. Oh, there it is. That looks all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like a good version of No Man's Sky.
In what way good? I'm curious.
It actually looks like they're doing something.
All right.
Yeah, like
Cool.
they're shooting enemies. I'm just watching the trailer on Steam, and like they're building stuff and shooting other people, and yeah.
Oh, there's other people.
Yeah, look, well, yeah. That's a start, isn't it?
I've been playing mostly mobile again.
Oh, good. You got new stuff?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna
but
get my phone.
I've been doing mostly puzzle games. So one of them's called Puzzledom, so DOM, and the other one is Word Town. So Puzzledom sort of has all different types of puzzles. They all have different constructs and rules you've got to follow. It's a good sort of brain tickler. I don't think it really challenges too much, but it's good to pass the time. Word Town is like a crossword wow. It's like a cross between a word search and kind of like, I guess, Tetris in a way. Or how maybe Candy Crush is a better example. You know how you're like sort of taking out blocks and everything sort of falls down toward the ground? It's like that. You're word finding through it, and as you do it, everything sort of drops down and you find new words that way. And the other one that I've been playing, which I was going to tell Snoogs about, is Friday the 13th. It's another puzzle game, but it's called Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle, I believe.
It is? Yes, I've got it.
You've got it?
I'm just getting it now.
Good. It's some old school puzzle styles where you've sort of got to swipe left, right, up, down through the puzzles, and you're hindered by barriers and objects in the puzzle. And the whole premise of this one is that you've got to basically slay all the counsellors and whoever else is there on the puzzle floor. So you take out however many are there. Usually it's 2 or 3. If there's cops, you've got to try not to get caught. And at the end of each round, you get a final kill, which you then get you got one of those sliding bars that sort of slides back and forth. And if you hit the kill zone, you get like an animated kill scene at the end of it. So it's basically just a really super gory cartoon version of Friday the 13th. At the start, it'll give you a choice of ratings. So you can choose to go PG or you can choose to go M, depending on whether you want a lot of gore or not much at all. But exactly, that's what I said. I'm like, I'm playing Friday the 13th. Why would I not want gore? But yeah, they've been killing my time for a little bit. And as Grejio said, we played Human Fall Flat a fair bit, which has been good.
I played a bit more of Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, how are you going in that?
So I have not changed my opinion of this game. It's a solid military game that's just fucked up.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to say what I said last week. I really enjoyed the military part of this game. It is solid, super solid. Solid, Snake solid. The rest of it is just...
Have you unlocked the Fulton recovery system?
Yes. Look, that's as fun as shit.
Is it what?
Like, I'm probably wasting a lot of money because I'll just go in, Fulton everything, and even if I haven't fired a shot in any, I just refill, get a drop, ammo refill. I pick up all the ammo that I didn't need, in just so I can get some more Fulton recovery units, so I can just keep pinging away. I pinged a bear out the other day.
Yeah.
A big brown bear. I got a big brown bear. They killed me the first time. It knocked me clean off my horse, and then while I was trying to get out from underneath my horse, it came and killed me. The second time, I pumped in about 15 tranquilizer darts into it, and then just proceeded to run around in a circle while it tried to catch me until it fell asleep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Look, I was looking super badass while running and diving out of the way, and my son was sitting there watching me, getting quite tense about the whole thing.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's fun. Give it a go. Just, if nothing else, just so you can Fulton goats out of Afghanistan. They need to go.
I played that game a ton when it first came out. I loved it.
I kind of actually am avoiding story missions just because I'm enjoying the actual, just the running around and
doing
the
stuff.
gameplay itself.
All right, well, should we move on to the next segment then?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do it. The next segment is What If? All right, so this was supposed to be Pat's thing, but I've got it all noted down as to what we're doing. We're picking an upcoming game that we're most excited for. And he said, tell us one mechanic / feature / story, story point / whatever you hope is part of the game, and we'll discuss it. I've picked probably one or two of each. So
I was going to say, we're not going to just stop at one. We all know that.
Yeah, I know. Look, I mean, it may be pretty obvious on what game I'm most excited for, and that's The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, I was going to go Splinter Cell.
Well, I can't really look forward to something that I know nothing about, Ubisoft!
Well,
Thanks, Rem, for touching a raw nerve.
It's a game.
What's that?
I thought the mechanic you'd want is a game.
Yeah, a game, yes. Just
A game would be good. That's a good mechanic. A story, even.
Anything Splinter Cell, please, Ubisoft. I hate you so much. Anyway.
I hate you, but I love you. God damn you.
It's exactly what it is. No, The Last of Us Part 2 is what I've chosen. And whoa. Stop for a second. Editing Lucas here. I just want to give you a heads up for a spoiler alert for The Last of Us. If you haven't played The Last of Us, you may want to skip this first part of What If, because although I'm talking about The Last of Us Part 2, I do refer to the original The Last of Us quite a bit, and there's some very heavy spoilers there. The game's been out since 2013, so hopefully most of you have played it, but if you haven't, skip this or go and play the game and come back and listen to the rest of the show. That's all. Enjoy. Thank you. Goodbye. The first one that I've commented on is the story. I'll tell you what I want to see from the story. I want to see how Ellie deals with the lie.
Yep.
And I want her to find out, and I want it to be nasty.
Ooh. You want the controversy. You want drama.
I do. I want the shit to hit the fan. I think The Last of Us Part 2 is the game where I want the story to go all Game of Thrones on it. I do. And I've put down here as well in story, I want Joel to die.
In like a really nasty way?
He deserves it.
I not necessarily in a nasty way, but to clarify, I don't want him to die, I want him to be killed. And It's not because I don't like him, but I think that would be amazing for the story.
Oh, yeah.
And
before closure or after closure?
That's a good point, actually.
Because they both have a very different effect on how the story would play out, I guess.
Now, yeah. I don't want Joel's death to change who Ellie is. I don't want that to define her. I don't want I don't want it to be a revenge. You did this, and then out of anger she kills him.
No.
I don't want it because that would change. That's not who she is. But I want Joel to die. Because it would be amazing for the story. It would be a absolute heart crusher. And you just said it a couple of seconds ago, Greg. He kind of deserves it.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I think. Yeah, look, I mean that in the he has been selfish.
100%. But
Let's call a spade a spade.
I'd have done the exact same thing as him.
Well,
But that doesn't make what he did right.
No, and it doesn't mean that he deserves death either. But it would be. It's like one of those story sort of elements that you do see. You know, that selfishness, that karma comes back, and and I think before closure is a really good mechanic for the story where Ellie has to process all that emotion without just being able to talk to Joel and have to come to some conclusion about who he was by herself and be okay with it,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of like the other alternative a lot too, in that it would sort of bring about the whole story full circle, especially if this would be the last of the game series, in that, Joel's daughter was the first one who died. If it sort of came back around and he was everything sort of has reached its conclusion, and then he can sort of happily just go, I've turned around and I've done the right thing in the end. That would be a pretty powerful moment too for the characters.
Snoogs is back by the sounds of things.
Hooray!
Yep.
What happened? Can you tell us, or do you want to leave that?
It was a biological hazard, wasn't it?
I think there was. The little one woke up and just went, bleh.
Oh.
Yeah, I called it.
Yeah.
As
Just
as
for
little ones do.
Just for the sake of just clarifying for me, are we talking woke up and vomited because ate too much lollies and cake and crap today, or are we talking might have a bug?
We're talking lollies and cake and everything over the week.
Oh, good.
She's had a big dinner, and yeah, that was it was my youngest, not the birthday girl, the other one.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, look,
Yeah.
not that I'm happy that she's sick, but I'm happy
But
that
you saw them today, so
yeah, that's what I'm worried about. If she's got a bug, she did give me quite a few
Please don't
cuddles.
pass it on. Please don't.
That little one likes a
Zoe's
cuddle
even saying no.
and a hand and a handhold. So I'm glad it's not a bug, because that means I'm probably not going to catch it. Oh dear. Anyway, Snoogs, we're doing the what if, and just
Yes.
to get you up to speed, I'm talking about The Last of Us as my most excited game, and just a quick fast forward as well. I want to see Ellie having to deal with the lie from the first The Last of Us, and I want Joel to die for a couple for a couple of different reasons. It would be amazing. It would be amazing for the story.
Fuck you, Joel.
Yeah.
No.
It would be
exactly
amazing for the story. A big jerk on the heartstrings. And I think there'd be a lot of ways to work it in to show it him kind of deserving it.
Before the show started, I played the game. I played the song of the two of them, of the actors that play Joel and Ellie, singing at last year's PSX.
Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker, yes.
That's the ones. And I have not been able to get that song out of my head. Now that you've put this spin on it, I don't want to play it.
Trust me, I didn't write for the game, so it may not happen.
No, but it's a plausible
But it
thought.
might.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want it. I want it. A couple other things other than story things that I wanted in The Last of Us Part 2 is I want to see dynamic character switching during gameplay sequences. I reckon that would be a really cool next-gen thing. Oh, puppy. Someone's not happy.
Oh, dear.
Do you know what I mean by that? Do you know what I mean? Like dynamic character switching? Like a situation where you might be like an action sequence where there may be two characters, Ellie and whoever else she's with, running away from something, and then perhaps get split up, and then you're obviously controlling Ellie, but then something happened and the camera shifts across to the other player and you start controlling them. Like, because in The Last of Us, the original, you do switch who you play as, but it's in different chapters.
Very linear. Yeah, it's very linear and part of the story.
Yeah. But with The Last of Us Part 2, it's going to be very much like a semi-open world, like Uncharted 4. So there's going to be quite large areas. It's going to be linear, but it's going to be quite open with, different paths. And I would like some set pieces where it would do dynamic character shifting. I reckon that'd be a sick mechanic.
It would break up those scenes where you might be separated. If that is the case, it would definitely help.
Yeah. I would like there to be a co-op side story DLC or something like that where it's a horde mode. I reckon that would be cool. So it's something that is separate from the main game, tells a little bit of more story or backstory or another character's story, but allows you to play with friends. I would like that. And the last thing that I noted down is I would like to see infected animals, not just humans. Could you imagine that? Like a bloater bear or a clicker lion? These are things that I haven't made those ideas up. They were all things that were being worked on for the original, but we're scrapped.
Yep.
So I'm hoping they bring them in too.
Yeah, look, I think it would add a new dynamic, and you have the potential for quite some difficult enemy archetypes. Like if you have, like, say, a dog clicker that really doesn't rely on sight anyway, its strongest sense is its smell, and so it's not necessarily worried about hearing you, more as tracking you by scent. Like that could also, so you can't just sort of sit quietly. You might have a bunch of clickers that are listening for you, but you still have to move to try and keep away from, like, something that's hunting you by scent.
Yeah, because we first gave you clickers, now you can deal with sniffers.
Sniffers, that's right.
Ooh, very good. I like it. Skrill says similar character switching like when GTA 5 forced you to switch characters during a heist. Similar to that, but seamless. So instead of actually having to select a different character, it just goes and you've, right next to them and it switches to them. That'd be cool. Yeah, so that's me. What do you guys reckon? Did you guys have anything that you thought of, something you're really looking forward to?
So mine is Forza Horizon 4. There's some mechanics that I've pretty much, every time they bring out new Forza, I sit there and it's on my list, and each time they disappoint me, and I don't think it's going to be any different anyway this time around, but it's what if, so I get to be blue sky here. So customization of cars, I want it to go deeper, further. So some of the things that I would like to see is being able to put different sets of wheels on different sets on the car. So like I can have one set of wheels on the front wheels, a different set on the back, individually paint wheels, different colors, even have different parts of the wheels have different colors. So you could have like the insert, the spokes one color and the lip a different color. Just get into that so I can really, really customize the cars down to that nth degree. I'd like to see some of the, at the moment you've got like a bunch of paints for the cars themselves that are really out there and different. Like, so you've got your mattes and glosses and metallics, but then you've also got your chrome and stuff like that. I'd like to see some of that transferred into the color palettes for the stickers as well, mainly because then if I want a chrome sticker, I don't have to do the negative spacing, which is, as a content creator, look, it's challenging, and when you pull it off, you can go, hey, look how good I am, but sometimes you just wish that you didn't have to go to that much trouble, and really, I don't see why you should. But anyway, I'm sure there is a legitimate reason, and it's probably the size of the game that's the issue and how much they can dedicate to car customization part of the game. But that's something I've been hoping for a long time, and I'd just like to see it just fleshed out a bit more. Like Need for Speed has some of these features in it, and I really like it, and just wished it would transfer over to Forza, because as a whole, I think they've got a better car customization package than any other game out there, and that would just top it off. It'd kind of be the cherry on the top.
So a little bit more Forza in Forza Horizon.
Yeah, just a little bit more customization. That's what I'm hoping for. But other than that, I think it's going to deliver on all my other checkboxes for a racing game. I think it's going to be really fun to play.
What about you, Rem? Do you have anything in mind?
With this one, because for me, which was Ghost of Tsushima, and everything that I've seen on it so far is what I'm looking forward to. It looks like it has a solid story. It looks like it has great gameplay. It has the stealth elements. It's just freaking gorgeous. So, yes, I couldn't sit there and just go, oh, I would want this in the game, because honestly, I'm drawing blanks. Though you've got plenty of ideas, don't you, miss?
Yeah, I was about to say, Zoe's got some
she's having
ideas.
a good chat. Oh, yeah, she's been chatting to me for the last 5-10 minutes. Lots of ideas. Yeah, no, I honestly drew a complete blank.
How about, is it too much to ask for a realistic sushi eating session?
Ghost of Sushi.
Yeah, where you sit down and eat sushi.
Sushimi.
Sushimi. Ghost of Sushimi. Where you go into a sushi.
There's got to be a mini
train.
game in making sushi. That's what I want. No fishing, just the preparation of fish.
Yeah.
Just rolling rice, cutting fish.
Yeah, cutting fish. That'd be amazing.
How about a dedicated, is it harikuri button?
Harikuri. Oh. Ooh.
No, there should be an honor gate. It's like an honor gate.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I think there should be an honor gauge at the top, and every time you do something dishonorable in battle, it just chips away, and then when you reach bottom, you harikuri yourself.
That's
dishonored
actually,
your family.
That's actually a solid idea. I like that. They have to gain reputation.
It's distasteful, but I think it's awesome.
Zoe agrees.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It also stop trolls. If there's a multiplayer moment in there, it would stop trolls massively, because you can just put trolling down as dishonorable.
Oh dear, Snoogs, we're going to have to get you to write another letter to the classification board.
We're sorry, this was our idea.
Yes.
What's your stance on harikuri?
As long as it's done in the setting of honor.
That's right. Let's not reward bad behaviour.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. But you do get an achievement for getting through.
Funny bad boy. You're having dishonour.
What, an achievement for not getting below halfway on the honour list?
Yeah, you're very honourable.
Oh dear. Rightio.
What about you, Snoogs?
Yeah, Snoogs.
Well, my biggest sort of game that I'm looking forward to is the Division 2. And the biggest thing that I actually want to do is I want to bring my character from the first one.
Oh, no. You don't want to do that, do you?
I've got 500, nearly 600 hours with that character.
Yeah,
I want to bring them over.
Makes sense that you should be able to, though.
There's so many ways you can do it as well. You can just bring the character and then, because it's in a new city, they could be on the plane, go to the new city, and the plane crashes, and that's when you
lose all your
restart
shit
again, or
Destiny
cliche type thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's the Destiny answer. We blew up your loot.
Yeah. My question is, do you want to bring your character because of customization or because of armor and weapons?
Customization.
Right. That I can understand. Yeah.
I want it to be my character. I looked at that character and I played as that for so long, doing so many different things to it. I'm not real fussed about having to start again, but I'd like, because it is the sequel, I'm still an agent. It's just something that I'd like to take forward.
Yeah, that's
fair enough.
That is fair, and it would make sense. Why would you all of a sudden not have that person again? And it'd be good to have your statistics come across as well.
Yeah, well, you could continue to build within the world of it. So I'm not worried about having to start again and re-level up and redo the story.
Yeah,
and all
that's
that.
what I thought you meant.
No. That's part of the fun, mate.
Yeah, of course.
That's part of the fun of a new game is starting it and working everything out. There's no point in me coming back in at the top of the tree. But
Well, you wouldn't be anyway. You'd you'd come in at your level, but it'd be like it would mean nothing in the scale of levels in the new game, just like Destiny. All your weapons are,
The all-powerful.
I just like to be, visually have that same character.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That's good.
Too many hours in the first game. I don't want to leave him. He's my agent. You know how many people we've saved?
Yeah, I don't want to leave Lenny Kravitz behind either.
To be fair, I think that's a pretty reasonable, and I think you'll probably get it. I mean, Destiny did it. You had the ability to port your characters straight over. You also had the ability to delete them and start again.
You could port your character across to Destiny 2?
Yeah, it automatically brought your character over. Your avatar.
If you had Destiny 1 on your console and you downloaded Destiny 2 and started playing it, it would pick up your characters from Destiny 1 and put them across.
Oh, I guess that's what happened. I don't remember.
You didn't.
Did you create a new character at the beginning of Destiny 2?
I can't remember. I probably didn't.
You didn't have to. You would have however many characters you had in the last game.
Exactly. You would have had all your characters there. You just would have picked up one of them and went with it. Yeah, see, when I started Destiny 2, I had two Titans and a Hunter. And I was expecting that I'd have to choose the characters again, and across they came, and I went, oh, I've got 2 Titans and a Hunter from D1.
Oh, there you go. All right, shall we move on to the next?
Yes.
All right, let's go into What's That Sound? Okay, last week you guys were deliberating on this one for quite a while, and you were getting really on track about what it was. Give me a second and I'll just play it. So that was last week's What's That Sound, but you guys didn't get it. You want the answer now?
Yes.
Doom 2016 BFG.
See, I knew it was like an explosion thingy going off.
Yeah, you guys were really close. I thought you may get it because you were getting there. But anyway, that's what it was.
Nice.
Pretty early. The podcast only came out yesterday. I haven't had any of our listeners get it correct yet. So, all right, let's listen to this week's What's That Sound? Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready, Mr. Music.
Uh-huh. Have a listen. Okay, that's going on my playlist. That's funky.
Sounds
that's
like
pretty
an
retro.
old Van Damme movie.
It does.
It's very late 80s.
Yeah, it actually sounds like Thriller at the start.
Yes. Yeah, so things that came to mind is Fortnite emotes. Those kinds of things, but they're not those. Hotline Miami, apparently, says Kezakar.
I'll play it again.
I feel like we need an Eddie Murphy laugh in there. No,
it does. It is very Beverly Hills Cop.
It's so complete. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's not GTA Vice City Skrilly. It's not Hotline Miami.
I do kind of want to say Blood Dragon, but that seems just too cliche.
Well, anyone listening at home, if you think you know what this week's What's That Sound is, Send us a private message to our Facebook page with the answer, and if you're correct, you may be the recipient of a free game. The King of Disco. What the hell is that, Kazakyle?
That's a no, just in case you want.
Yeah, that's definitely a no.
Some indie game. Okay, yeah, no, it's not that. All right, before we move on to the next segment, I'm just going to say something really quickly, and then I'm going to introduce the next segment. I'm going to have to beep out the answer. Let's go into Who Dat?
Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? Did we get it? Is that what you're trying to say?
What are you talking about? We're in Who Dat. What do you? I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Who got that?
Who got that? Me and Snoogs got that.
All right, so are you ready for the Who Dat? I've got two. Who Dat? Is that how you do it? You do it.
Who dat?
Yes, I've got two of those, and are you ready, all of you?
Yeah, who dat?
Ready your brains. All right. First clue. I was born in 1977.
Who dat?
I'm a male, Caucasian, American police officer. Surely that's not enough to get it. This is an early clue, and it may throw it right out to you. No, not LA Noire, Kazakyle. I was only a police officer for one day.
Why am I thinking driver? I don't know if that third clue fits.
No, it's not. No. Yeah, depending on who you are, that clue may hand it to you.
It does sound familiar.
After my first day on the job, I was successfully recruited as a member of the US Stratcom after an incident that occurred in my city in 1998. Lot of hints in that one.
It's not Cole McGrath, is it?
No, not Cole McGrath.
No.
He was never a policeman.
No.
Not even for a day.
Well, it's been a while.
No. Bit of a rebel old Cole. All right, next one is I joined the Division of Security Operations in 2011.
I feel like I should know this.
Maybe.
Yeah, who dat?
Who dat? Okay, my middle name is Scott.
Scott me fucked.
Yes.
That would be his first name.
James Scott me fucked.
No.
No, that's nope. Who dat?
Doesn't help. Here's a big clue. Big clue. My significant other is named Claire.
Simon, Chris Redfield.
Yes.
Chris Redfield?
No. If you're talking about Claire Redfield, I think they're brother and sister, aren't they?
No, no, you've got me.
Oh, yeah, the bloke from Dead Space.
Dead Space? No.
No?
That's Isaac Clarke. But no, that's not who it is. Next one is my first appearance was in the game's sequel. Isaac Scott Clarke. No.
Sorry, what was that clue? I was too busy laughing at Isaac Scott Clarke.
My first appearance was in the game's sequel.
Right.
So I wasn't in the first one. Almost like I didn't exist. Sort of just made me up for the second one.
Who dat?
Who dat? All right.
Who dat?
This one's got to give it away. I fight zombies.
No wonder. Well, I'll tell you what, it gives away. No wonder I don't know it.
Yeah.
You hate zombie games.
I don't feel so bad now. Is the Dying Light person?
No.
Well, you just accept me just naming zombie games, since that's probably the most challenging thing I can do here.
As long as you say number 2 after it.
We're not looking for the game. We're looking for the character. It's who dat?
I know, but there's no way I'm going to guess who that is.
I fight zombies infected with the T virus.
Yeah, so it's Resident Evil.
Yeah, we kind of got that before, but that's not helping us.
What's his name?
What his name is?
So obviously I wasn't in the first game. I was in the sequel.
Yeah.
So I started in Resident Evil 2.
I can see him. It's the blonde cop dude, isn't it?
I returned again in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
JFK. It'd have to be JSK. Middle name Scott.
Get it together, guys.
Something Scott Redfield.
Oh, it's a clue. Yes, it is a clue. I didn't even realise the clue.
John Redfield.
I think the clue's the K.
Oh, Kennedy. Well, it's not Kennedy Redfield. I know that. Now he's just.
My name is Leon Scott Kennedy.
Kennedy.
There you go. Wow.
No idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
From Resident Evil 2 and 4 and
Leon.
probably one of the biggest characters in Resident Evil. That's all. That's nothing special, really.
Yeah.
Is it terrible that we clearly, between the three of us, haven't played a Resident Evil game?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious now. Yeah, -1 points to all. I agree, Kazakyle. These guys should be ashamed.
I've played them all except the last one.
No, you've got no excuse there.
I haven't pictured him because I've watched bloody anime movies as well. He's in all of them.
Doesn't matter. It was funny.
Alright, cool.
We had some funny moments. Right, the next
Yes.
one. You ready for the next one?
Yep.
Put it. I was born on the 19th of April, 1874.
Was it not 1874?
1874.
Alright, okay. No, who dat?
Who did?
Would it?
I am American. They're a bit vague to start off with. John-
You reckon I'm bad at this?
Marty's jumped in.
Hey, Mardigan, John
Hey, mannequins.
Marston? Is that who you mean? No, not John Marston.
Yeah.
The Martikins would know who was born in 1874.
Why?
I don't know. He just seems like a dude that might know.
No, so I was born on in 1874. I'm American, and my daughter's name is Anna, and my wife is Annabelle. Kazakyle? No, not Pip-Boy. I think we had. I think you mean.
That was last week.
I think you meant to say Vault Boy, but yeah, we had that already.
Yeah, that was last week's Pip Boy.
Last time.
So daughter is Anna, wife is Annabelle.
Would it?
Alright. Who dat?
I am known as the false? That's not even a word. I am known as the false shepherd and the white Injun.
False Shepherd and the White Engine. Would it?
Who dat?
The next clue is a big one. I was in debt up to my eyeballs, so I sold my daughter to clear the debt. Don't look at the chat.
I'm looking at the chat. I still don't know what he's talking about.
It was. I had my eyes closed, and I could see the person in my head, and he said, "Don't look at the chat." My eyes opened. I went, "That's the dude I was thinking of."
Oh, sure.
It was.
Martikins.
There's no way I would have remembered his name.
Martikins is right. He's correct.
Yeah, he is. It's Booker.
Next one is wrought with guilt. I took
Who the hell is Booker?
Character. He's the character from Fire.
Let me go through the things. Shh. Wrought with guilt, I took a job with the quote, "Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt." I arrived in Colombia in 1912 and I rescued a girl named Elizabeth. My name is Booker DeWitt, and if you haven't played Bioshock Infinite, you fucking should. There you go.
Can I point out?
I guess I should.
Martikins did know who it was, even when I said he seems like a dude that would know. So
Yeah.
I was right.
Yes. Because he plays good games. I don't really like the Bioshock games, but Bioshock Infinite has a bloody good story. It is so damn good. You got to play it. It's a bit old now, so you should be able to get it nice and cheap, and it is amazing. I recommend it. Play it on PC, Snoogs. The graphics are so shit hot. They are so good.
I won the whole remastered collection of it.
Did that include Infinite?
Then gave it away. I don't know, because I started playing it and I went, "This sucks," and gave it away.
Did you try Infinite?
I don't know. I think I have.
See, I played Bioshock 1.
It's just one of those
good.
games that doesn't do it for me.
Bioshock 1 is good, but I didn't really like it as a shooter, but the story was amazing. The story is so good in the third one. You need to play it, man. See, you sound like me, but like maybe 10 years ago.
Okay.
You got to open your eyes a little bit wider to games that you might not necessarily like at first.
I opened my eyes and then they got burnt by shit.
Yeah, this is not D-Finance.
So they've been closed again.
But you clearly didn't even try Infinite, because if you'd have tried Infinite, I reckon you'd have liked it.
I don't know.
Intriguing story, brilliant graphics, and a real competent shooter. It's a good game.
It's one of those ones I keep passing over and going, I should really play it. But as you said before, it's one of those games that's really hard to get into sometimes. I want to like it. I want to like it.
Yeah, you probably should play it. There's a reason why that game went all sort of nuts over the internet when it first came out. And like I said, I wasn't a Bioshock fan. Like, I played the first one and I liked it. The story was good, but I hated the game. And
yeah, I was the same.
I don't even know why I ended up getting it. I think it was it might have been a Humble Bundle game or something like that. And I had Infinite on PC, and that's where I played it, and it blew me away. I was like, fuck, this game's amazing. So good.
One's games.
So good.
All 300 of them.
Are you looking at my Steam?
I am. And I'm downloading Bioshock Infinite.
Oh, yeah, you can play them, can't you?
Yes!
Yes, okay. Well, then you don't even need to buy it. There you go. Play it on my Steam.
It's still like $40 US. Jog on.
Oh, fuck. I didn't pay that. I reckon I would have paid $5, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martikins are saying worth it. Oh, how much is it on G2A? Let's have a look. Not that it matters. You don't have to buy it. Oh, there you go. It's $10.
Oh, there you go.
You can get it for $10 Australian, $9.50. But anyway, you don't have to pay for it anyway. You can use the family, aka friend share. Yeah, but there you go. That was the two Who Dat. Yep. And you guys are on the verge of being sacked.
You were terrible.
all of yous bloody played these amazing games. Anyway, let's go into last words. Snoogs.
Yes.
Who the said that? I'll tell you. I'll tell you who said that.
Would you like the quote again, or do you remember the quote?
I struggled for a long time with surviving. Something I always find something
No matter what, you have to find something to fight for.
Yeah, there you go. Joel Miller, The Last of Us.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one. That one, I was always going to get that one. And if I didn't get that one, I'd be happy if you sacked me.
Yeah, and you're fired.
Yeah. Oh, well then, good night, everybody.
It was a good run, but it looks like 2 for 22 is our last. We all got fired.
And that was that. All right, seeing as though the people have spoken, Grejio. by people, I mean one person. Pants time is it. The podcast only went up yesterday.
Yeah, this is true.
But we're dealing with what we've got. You win. You get the code word for the rest of life.
Sure. No worries.
Thanks, Martikins.
No. Thank you, Martikins.
I said it with venom. You said it with love.
Yep. This is true. My boy.
Come on, what's this code word?
Oh, you actually won tonight. I thought I wasn't sure whether you're ready for it.
I'm ready.
It can be pink eye. It can be pink eye this week.
Pink eye.
Pink eye.
Wasn't me. Oh, was it not Martikins? Who said it then? I'm sure I thought it was Martikins.
Ooh.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't Martikins. Oh, I've got to take the venom. It was Skrill. I've got to take the venom away from that. From Martikins. I thought it was Martikins.
Nightbot put the kibosh on everything.
I thought
Stops Skrill from correcting you.
I thought I got rid of Nightbot from this chat.
You can never get rid of Nightbot.
Fuck off, Nightbot.
He's awesome. He's awesome. I love him.
Where is it? Fucking... I've taken his privileges away and he's still here.
He lives despite you.
I know.
Oh, dear.
Nightbot has evolved.
Oh, he's got nuts on...
He just nailed Keza too.
He's become sentient.
Fuck.
Judgment Day is upon us.
Fuck off,
Nightbot is bringing it.
Sorry, Martikins. I have accused you of something you did not do. Skrill? Thanks.
Thank you.
Not only have you voted against me, you've caused controversy.
Controversy.
Controversy. Dun, dun, dun.
It's alright, Skrill.
Nightbot,
You
the
can be
bane
my
of
weakness
Lucas.
anytime.
Well, I want certain chat things to. I want you to be able to spam caps and shit. Like, be free.
Yeah, but what you want and what Nightbot wants are two things.
Absolutely.
And to be fair, you two need therapy.
Am I allowed to spam caps? Here, look. I'm just going to write some rubbish. Oh, he likes me. He likes me.
Oh, he knows you're in control.
He obviously knows who's in charge, even though he doesn't do what he's told.
He's giving you the illusion of power.
Oh, I can do it too. Look at that.
Fuck you, Nightbot.
To be fair, though, Kazakal didn't write any caps, which is the point.
Yeah.
That's the joy of Nightbot. Yeah, that's the joy of Nightbot. He never actually picks you up for something you do. He always just randomly drops you in it.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
How do you know?
That's why I find it funny.
He's a complete troll.
He's a troll.
How do you know that, though? How can you tell?
Well, go back through and see what Kazakal has written. Actually, I don't think he literally wrote Nightbot Lives On. That's all he wrote.
No, that's what he wrote.
No, he's written.
He's rewritten that.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, Nightbot Lives On didn't get flagged. Whatever he wrote after that did.
Yeah, but still.
What's going on here? I'm sorry, did I break your concentration?
Fucking troll.
That's what I'm saying. He's a troll bot.
Oh.
How do I restrict him? He's all powerful.
Chain.
He's off the chain. You fucked up.
Oh,
You gave him.
Kazakal's testing it.
Yeah,
Yep.
see?
Oh!
Hey!
Oh dear, I'm going to have words with him later. Again. Fuck, he's dead set like a child, this Nightbot. Doesn't listen. Oh dear. Any last words, guys?
Yeah, look, that went on for way too long, I think. So, yeah, pink eye is this week's code word for those that are still listening to this.
Verbal diarrhea.
Yeah, this regression into madness. And yeah, I don't think I've got. Look, everyone have a good week. Have fun gaming. And yeah, pink eye.
Any last words, Rem?
Nah, I'm good. I've got the chatty little one next to me. I think she's got probably more last words than I do.
Oh, there we go.
And some first words too.
Yeah.
Snoogs, do you have any last words?
iTunes. No.
Yeah, very good.
I know, devastating, honey, isn't it? Nothing from me. Thanks everyone for hanging out this long, I suppose. Thanks for listening. If you've got anything you want to add in What If, don't forget to jump on our Discord channel and jump in and hop in there and let us know.
Totally. We love reading those.
Very good. All right, let's finish the show. Thank you very much to everyone that has listened to this week's show, and especially to those that are still listening this far along. Special thanks to all of you guys in the chat. So we got Skrill, Kazakal, Martikins. Anyone else? Missed anyone else?
And Lucifer earlier in the season.
Lucifer, we had Lucifer earlier, but he had to nick off, which is cool. And yeah, anyone that's listening now. Special thanks once again to Ram, Snoogs and Grejio for your hard work and efforts for the show, and to all of our listeners. Feel free to continue any other topics that we have discussed on this show on our Facebook page or Discord channel, the links of which are in the podcast show notes and description. There's another link in there. Relentless Controllers. Go and check out Relentless Controllers through the link that I've given you on the bottom. It helps us out, and you get to check out some sick Australian modded controllers. They're also giving a controller away this week. So if you're listening to this podcast on Saturday night when it gets premiered on our Twitch, go across to the Relentless Controllers Facebook page ASAP and enter the competition. If you're listening to this on Sunday when it comes out on the first day, it ends today, so go and get it quick. If you're listening to it after then, sorry you missed out.
Stiff.
Shit.
You should have been looking at the Facebook page.
Exactly. That's all from me. As always, I am Lucas.
I'm Remutha.
I'm Grejio.
And I've been Snoogs.
And he's Cousin Kyle, and he will see you. Very rude.
Episode 222.
Oh, he's falling down a crack in the pitch.
Oh, got him. Got him, yeah. It's piss off your out. Stick that up your ass, Tony Gregg.
Hey, what do you reckon? What do you say we put? Well, here we are once again at the end of this week's show. If you're still hungry for more video game content, then head over to the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page and give us a like. We also have a heavy presence over on Twitter and YouTube, and their links are waiting for you in the podcast description. This podcast is available for your convenience through Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and more. Thanks again for listening. Catch you all on the next episode of the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast. All right, we just could put a bit of a pause on the podcast for a sec. Stand by.
This is the fun you get from listening to it live.
Yeah. Need some elevator music or something in here.
No, Kazakal, I have not seen Ant-Man the Wasp yet. Nor have I seen Jurassic World. I'm going to be brutally honest. I can't think of two movies I am less excited watching. Actually, that's probably not true. I could probably think of a lot of movies that I'm less excited watching, but I'm not that pumped to go see them. Snoogs is a massive Jurassic Park fan, so he is definitely chomping at the bit to go see Jurassic World. Rem, I know you're a bit of a Jurassic Park fan. Are you looking forward to...
Oh, yeah, I'll give it a go. I don't think that I'm really hanging out to watch it too much, but yeah, I've enjoyed every one so far, so that's it.
I guess I just feel like it's going to be the same thing over and over again, you know, just building up until you get to that scary dinosaur that jumps out and scares everyone. And then it's just running away from dinosaurs again.
The biggest interesting thing is, what's the big dinosaur this time? Because we've started with the T-Rex and we've moved our way up.
Yeah, see, I get the feeling we're now at the point where we're at the man-made dinosaurs, so it's the world's the Tyrannosaurus-sized Velociraptor that still has the Dilophosaurus venom spinning. The Mosasaur, yeah, that sounds like it. Mosasaur? Mosasaur.
That works. I'll go with that.
Mosasaur. That'd be awesome. It's like, but really, just you can hear its call. Oh wait, 18999. Sorry.
Right. You totally lost me there for about 5 seconds until I'm like, oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Who doesn't love IT Crowd? If you guys haven't watched it, you guys should.
Absolutely.
It's great. Yeah. So this doesn't normally happen. I'm going to be honest. We usually get through recording the podcast all in one hit without usually having a problem. So it's kind of unusual for us.
Very.
Because Skrill and Kaz are seeing history in the making right now. Big pause that's going to get edited out really, really well.
Yeah, nice
hey,
one.
Look, it's Leopleurodon.
That's what I was thinking. It's a Leopleurodon, Charlie.
Leopleurodon, Charlie. Gotta get him out.
Actually, that's a good point. We haven't really had too much of an aquatic dinosaur in the Jurassic World movies. I mean, you sort of had one in the last one, I think. It sort of was just teeth and then it disappeared.
Yeah.
We could have a really good aquatic one, couldn't we?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't be that far-fetched now. Like, I think Jurassic World, the Jurassic Park thing's been taken far enough where we can have a magical Leopleurodon and...
Jurassic Submerged, nice.
Yeah.
Although, is that bordering too much on the Meg trend that we've got going with movies at the moment?
I was about to say that. We could then, just merge it with Meg, and you can have Meg versus magical Leopleurodon.
Meg versus...
Pleurodon.
Yeah. There's no real short word for that.
Meg versus Leo.
Meg Leo.
Meg Leo. Meg Leo.
Oh, dear.
That could be this week's What If. Mash two ridiculous TV movie genres together. Meg Griffin versus Megalodon.
Nice.
You know what would be amazing? If you did that and Meg Griffin won, and then Peter just came out and she's like, I did it. I killed Meg. And he just goes, shut up, Meg.
That's about accurate.
See, great minds think alike. Good old Meg. Meg versus Leo. I mean, it can't be any worse than Sharknado, surely.
Surely.
And it definitely can't be. Well, look, it could be as good as Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
How many Sharknadoes? Is there more than 2?
I don't know.
Please tell me there's not more than 2.
Oh wow!
Oh no!
That's
7.
a damning. That's a damning indictment of humanity right there.
Wow.
That we made 3. I mean,
Oh.
one I can put out, like, you know, we every now and then we get a Hitler, and we go, that's terrible. Humanity
Didn't need that.
didn't need it, but you know what? It balances out all the other good stuff that happens in the world.
We've learned our lesson now. Let's not do that again.
Sharknado 6 comes out in 2018.
Oh gosh. Are you serious?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that is proof that Hitler didn't die. He just moved to
Just filmmaking.
he moved to
I made the
Spain
Beetle.
or wherever it was that he ran away to, New Yorker.
Yeah. I
And,
made the Beetle, now I've made Sharknado.
Well, I haven't heard anything
Maybe
from Snoogs, so
evening it out.
it's probably safe to say there's probably a family emergency, so we'll leave him alone.
Sounded like possibly a bug.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with biological hazard.
Oh, fuck, I
Yeah.
hope not, because I spent the day with his kids.
We all did.
We all
remember?
did.
Oh, no, I was there today, so I've had 2 days with them.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We may not have a podcast next week.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll be... I hope it's only something simple like that. All right.
Might be a... Yeah, I'm leaving that one alone.
We'll continue on with the show. If Snoogs comes back, that'd be great. If not, we'll find out what's going on. All right. I can't remember. Did I intro the next segment?
Look, you're going to edit it anyway, so you can intro whatever segment you like right now.
Yeah, we'll do what if. We'll just keep going.
Sure.
I can't remember if I did. Look, I'll just intro it again. And if I don't need it, I'll delete it.
Beautiful.
Okay, let's go into the next segment, which is called What If?